there was a brutal battle on the fields to save the harvest, and it was called Breaking the Destroyers. Fertile fields have been transformed into violent battlegrounds as a result of the presence of wild boars. They are malicious in their destruction of crops. They engender terror in farmers, and they cause damages that amount to millions of dollars. Hunters mobilized quickly, prepared to face a growing threat posed by wild boars, an invasive species known for their destructive behavior toward crops and ecosystems. Across forests and farmlands, efforts are underway to reduce their numbers and restore ecological balance. In the fields of France, a strategic ambush was set in motion to counter the damage caused by wild boars. A team arrived early to establish a perimeter and take up positions. Moments later, a wild boar broke from the wheat field and was swiftly neutralized by a well-placed shot. Another boar followed, only to be brought down just as efficiently. This marked the beginning of a determined operation to reclaim the field. The sharp barking of trained dogs soon echoed from the edge of the field, signaling the presence of more wild boars. As one of the animals emerged from the underbrush, a precise shot was delivered. Another charged forth almost immediately, but was met with the same outcome. With swift reactions and accurate marksmanship, several threats were eliminated before they could inflict further damage. Venturing deeper into the forest, hunters followed faint trails through the dense terrain. The alert cries of hunting dogs guided them to another target. A sudden appearance of a boar prompted an immediate response. A single shot was enough to halt the animal's approach. And elsewhere in the woods, simultaneous gunfire indicated that other groups had also encountered their targets. In one intense encounter, a wild boar charged with alarming speed. The hunter responded instantly, with a calm and accurate shot, halting the animal less than a meter away. A moment that highlighted the seriousness and unpredictability of these situations. Further into the forest, a group of wild boars was observed foraging without awareness of the danger nearby. From an optimal angle, a shot was taken, striking the largest member of the group. The rest scattered rapidly, evading pursuit. Nonetheless, the intervention allowed for a temporary reprieve from their destructive presence. These encounters underscore the risks involved in wild boar control efforts. Each step through the forest can lead to sudden and unpredictable confrontations. For many, these operations are not recreational activities but necessary actions to protect land, agriculture, and native biodiversity. A well-known path through the forest, intersected by animal trails, served as an ideal location for a quiet ambush. At one point, a small boar was spotted crossing the path. A clean shot brought it down without delay. The team then proceeded deeper into the woods, moving carefully over dry leaves to avoid detection. At a quiet moment, a separate group of wild boars emerged. Rather than firing at once, the team patiently observed, waiting for one to stray from the herd. Once isolated, the target was swiftly taken down with a single, effective shot. Elsewhere in the forest, coordinated shots could be heard, indicating successful efforts by other members of the team. As operations continued, more wild boars were encountered. In a brief window of opportunity, one hesitating animal was quickly targeted and neutralized. Each successful intervention contributed to restoring balance in areas heavily impacted by these animals. Later, a shadowy figure approached silently near the ambush zone. It was unaware of the hidden presence nearby. A precise shot was fired, ending the threat instantly. Farther along the perimeter, additional hunters remained vigilant, continuing efforts to secure the area. A wild boar was spotted cautiously, making its way along the boundary of a dense forest, its dark figure blending into the shadows cast by the trees. The animal moved with the characteristic alertness of its kind, pausing occasionally to sniff the air or glance toward any nearby movement. Suddenly, a single gunshot pierced the silence. The boar staggered briefly, before collapsing near the edge of the forest, its powerful frame coming to rest just beyond the tree line. This scene, though brief, illustrates a growing problem in several parts of the world, particularly in places like California, where wild boar populations have been increasing at an alarming and unsustainable rate. Originally introduced for hunting purposes, wild boars have adapted with surprising success to a wide range of environments. In California, these animals have expanded their territory rapidly, thriving in both rural farmlands and more forested, hilly terrain. With few natural predators and a high reproduction rate, their numbers have surged beyond the capacity of local ecosystems to absorb them. As a result, the animals are increasingly venturing into agricultural lands, where they cause extensive damage. They dig up fields, trample young plants, destroy irrigation systems, and leave trails of wreckage in their wake. Beyond crop damage, their aggressive behavior and large size also pose a direct threat to farmers and rural communities, especially when they feel cornered or are protecting their young. Faced with such mounting destruction, wildlife officials and local authorities recognize the urgent need for intervention. Controlled hunting efforts were initiated to try and manage the growing boar population before the situation spiraled further out of control. These operations are often carried out with great care and coordination, as hunting wild boars is no simple task. These animals are not only incredibly resilient, but they also possess sharp instincts and acute senses. They can detect human presence from long distances and, once alarmed, are capable of running at speeds up to 40 miles per hour. Unlike other prey that might choose to flee, wild boars are known to turn and charge when provoked. Their thick hides, strong tusks, and low center of gravity make them formidable opponents in close-range encounters, heightening the danger for hunters. To increase the chance of a successful hunt while minimizing risk, hunters typically divide into teams and spread out across the terrain. They scout for fresh tracks, disturbed soil, broken branches, or any sign of recent boar activity. These clues often lead them to areas of high boar concentration. On one notable outing, a sudden rustling in the nearby undergrowth interrupted the quiet search. A group of wild boars, startled by human movement, burst out from the dense vegetation and sprinted across a narrow forest path. The hunters reacted quickly. With practiced precision, a marksman took aim and fired, striking one of the boars cleanly. The rest of the herd, however, scattered in all directions, vanishing into the thick foliage as swiftly as they had appeared. This type of encounter is typical of the efforts being made to control wild boar populations. Every hunt demands a blend of patience, strategic planning, and a deep understanding of the animal's behavior. Yet, even with organized measures, the task remains a race against time. Without effective and ongoing management, the ecological and agricultural damage caused by these animals will continue to escalate, posing long-term consequences for both the environment and the communities that rely on it. At another location, rustling sounds alerted one of the hunters to the presence of a nearby boar. With careful aim, a shot was fired, stopping the animal in its tracks. In a separate instance, barking from trained hunting dogs led to the sighting of a dark figure in the bushes. A wild boar emerged and charged forward. After one missed shot, the second struck its target, bringing it down just a few meters away, demonstrating the importance of composure under pressure. In another part of the forest, a large boar was spotted weaving through the trees, attempting to escape. A single well-placed shot brought it down. Meanwhile, a different hunter was stationed at a trail exit, prepared for any movement. When a boar appeared and quickly turned to flee, the hunter responded with a decisive shot. As night approached, barking dogs once again alerted the team to a new threat. A boar suddenly emerged from the grass and charged. A timely shot brought it down before it could cause harm. In a rural area of Turkey, local residents had been facing ongoing problems with wild boars damaging farmland and threatening livestock during nighttime hours. Traditional deterrents had proven ineffective. In response, a team of hunters partnered with the local community to address the issue through coordinated efforts. The operation began with an ambush at daybreak. As hunters moved into position, the first signs of the herd emerged. A startled boar attempted to escape but was brought down after a series of accurate shots. The team quickly repositioned, adjusting their aim as the herd moved unpredictably through rugged terrain. Despite the challenge of long-range shots, multiple targets were successfully neutralized. During the hunt, another boar appeared briefly from the brush and was taken down with swift precision. In nearby areas, additional wild boars were encountered. While one initial shot missed, another member of the group was able to respond effectively, stopping the animal. Trained hunting dogs continued to assist by flushing out hidden boars. Although not all engagements ended successfully. Some animals managed to escape through narrow forest gaps, leaving the team with a renewed sense of urgency. Undeterred, the hunters pressed on through steep and rocky terrain. Upon reaching a higher elevation, they spotted a group of wild boars charging downhill. The team acted quickly, blocking possible escape routes. As the animals emerged from the trees, coordinated fire brought down several within moments. Believing more animals were still nearby, the search continued.